Hey everyone, it's Carrie with My Friends Call Me Martha, and yes, I got that nickname from a group of friends because of how much I crafted and how much I love to cook. So anyways, I'm here today sharing with you the Hippest Hippos stamp set and die set, which you can earn for free during the months of July and August actually. So when you spend $50, you can pick the hippos, and if you spend another $50, you can get the dies. So I highly recommend spending the $100 so you can get the complete set. These are while supplies last. I know the pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes are already out of stock. So this is a great time of year to purchase some Stampin' Up stuff because of this extra promotion. So, and if you are going to place an order, if it's under $150, if you could use this host code, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you are spending over $150, do not use the host code and take the rewards that Stampin' Up gives you. So, I'm actually going to do some coloring today, which many of you know I do not like coloring. But I'm going to show you kind of two different ways that we can do the hippos. And the first two ways that I did is I just stamped the hippos onto gray cardstock, and then, like I said, the dies cut out the shapes. So these are two cards that I have already made. And so right now you can see I've already done the Ballerina hippo, because I figured you guys don't want to sit here and watch me color all day long. So I'm going to quickly color in our other hippo, and then we will cut out both. So I'm using, I used Memento to stamp my hippos because this is an alcohol-based marker. And these are your Stampin' blends. And this color here, it's one of the ones from the Skin Tones collection, and I don't even see where it says what the name is. And then I had used light Calypso Coral for the flower, but now that I see this, I am going to go in with the dark color to make the flower a little bit more defined. And then I am using dark gray granite and light gray granite to color in our hippo. So I am just going to do like an outline in the dark. It is hard to talk when you are coloring. And then I'm going to color the rest of him in with the light to hopefully get some shading. Again, I am not the best colorer. I say it all the time, I just don't enjoy it. I much rather stamp on the gray cardstock. And there's two different ends to Stampin' Blend, so there's more of like a bullet end, and then more of the, I don't know, reminds me more of like a paintbrush. I'm trying to figure out, there's like a little thing here. Oh, you know what that is? That's the leaf of the flower. It took me till now to get that. All right, and again, I'm just quickly doing this, and I'm gonna go back and try to just blend out some of those lines. Let's find a green to do that little leaf. Totally makes sense now. All right, so I think that's fairly good for the purpose of this. Again, no one's gonna be looking at it as closely as I am. All right, so this one here looks like it's the Ballerina, and the one that holds the flower is, I think, this one. And again, I do Nope. Oh wait, hold on. No, that's definitely not the right one. I do like to use washi tape, especially when I'm cutting out more than one thing and when I want it to be very accurate. Sorry if you're seeing the top of my head right now. But the washi tape just holds things in place for us. I love my little ballerina. So for her, I did use fresh freesia blends to color in her little skirt and leotard. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's put these away. I like to keep them in the little pocket, but it does come, there's like a little wash tub, some waves, umbrella, hearts. These are glasses, which I used on this little guy here. The flowers, which I used here. There's 3 little hearts that are all together. I used those here. And then I also like this little, I guess I considered it a flower. So, and then there's some scuba gear. So it really is an adorable set. Can't help but smile when I look at them. So here I'm using my mini cut and emboss machine. Sorry if the table shakes a little. I'm going to try to go a little bit slower. Okay. And I had originally stamped these on thick white cardstock, which I think it just holds up a little better with the marker. So got a little too much white on that side, but it's fine. Okay. Okay, so now we have some choices to make. And then, like I said, for those of you that don't want to color, all you have to do, any kind of black or dark gray ink. And if you didn't have a cut and emboss machine, you can obviously just use scissors to cut them out. It's just a little bit of what we call fussy cutting. But that is a alternate way to do things. All right, so I'm going to start with my ballerina. And I did, this is paper from the Hues of Happiness. Tape. And I'm just using a little bit of tape adhesive. And I do like kind of breaking up the solid card base just a little bit. And then what I also have done is I went ahead and cut out a bunch of different circle shapes. And I'm trying to decide, I actually kind of like the, oh, I kind of like the Orchid Oasis. So what I did for this circle, because I knew I was going to be putting another circle on top, I used it to cut out a couple flowers, so I wasn't totally wasting a piece of paper. And then I did run this through an embossing folder to give it some texture. So you can kind of do whatever one that you may have already. No need to, and I'll be honest, I do keep, oh, this is getting off kilter here. Oops, let's switch to liquid glue. I tend to keep my embossing folders even when they retire. Just because some of them I like so much. Okay, now for this, I am just gonna glue this on. And I'm gonna attach my hippo towards the bottom a little bit. I am gonna put her on with dimensionals. Again, if anybody has our dimensionals, I use the border. I just use some scissors to cut So it's not an entirely long strip, but I make use of every square inch of it. You know me, I don't waste anything. All right, and I'm just gonna put her on. And then I do want to stamp the sentiment. This one here, there's a few sentiments in the set. You're always on point, which obviously, oh, Jesus, sorry. You're so hip. Aw, you really are the best and love you a ton. So I'm going to use the You're Always on Point, which this would be super cute if you had like a little girl who might be having like a dance recital. Now I'm going to be careful because I did get some ink on the edges, so I'm going to make sure I'm just not pressing down too hard. Okay, and I am going to, so for the circles, I use the layering circles, which this, my set is like super old, but there is layering circles in our current catalog. And then I also use the Stylish Shapes. I had used some of these circles too, so that's kind of, there's a mix in here, but I'm going to use this little circle for my sentiment. I'm going to cover up my ink just because I want to make sure I don't drop my card in it. And again, I'm going to come back to our mini cut and emboss. Just trying to center that. I probably, again, should use washi tape because it just makes it so much easier. And it's annoying me. There's like some little dark spot on my card. Which I don't want to put this way over here. I kind of want it, but I'm thinking I can use my little flowers. So I had cut out, as you can see, a ton. So I am going to use a little heart. And I think I'm going to do Calypso Coral. I don't know if I have a smaller one. They're so small, they're getting lost. Where is my hearts? All right, I'm gonna just use this little one that's teal instead. And I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. It has the putty end, which will help me pick up my hearts. And then I'm just using a little smudge of ink glue. Apparently I need to drink more coffee. Again, it's just a very small amount. Perfect. And then I think we're gonna, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna use them. I think I'm just gonna let this one be. But I do want to add a little wink of Stella. So wink of Stella is basically just some glitter that's in like a paintbrush. And you just squeeze a little so you make sure it comes down through the tip. And then I'm gonna color her leotard. It's a great accent to put on flowers, or it's very hard for you guys to see it from home though. But there she is. All right, and let's put together one more card. All right, so this time I'm using an Orchid Oasis card base. And it's just a half sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, and I score it at 4 1/4. Like I said, I do score my cardstock when making cards. I never used to, but I found it's so easy, and it just makes for an even fold like every time. And for this one, I think I'm gonna use, oh, I like the Calypso Coral with this. So again, I had used this Calypso Coral to cut out all kinds of stuff. Let's just, I'm gonna use liquid glue again. My glue is, and then again, I'm gonna take one of my embossed circles. Take our little hippo. All right, just peel the backs off. And I like the circle sentiment better. So we are gonna copy what we did last time. You know what though, I think I'm gonna do Calypso Coral. You're so hip. So cute. And again, just gonna run it through. So you can see how handy having a die cut machine is. If you said you wanted to know like to get the small one or the big one, I would definitely recommend the bigger one. It is more expensive. However, you don't ever have to worry about being able to cut out things that are larger, or for your embossing folders, everything works with the big one, whereas the small one you're limited to, I think it's like 3.5 inches. Yeah, it's 3.5 inches. And it's shorter too, so it's like 7 inches. So more limited, but if financially you could only afford the little one, then I definitely would get the little one. But I do feel like I can't imagine not having one because of all the different things that you can do with it, and just it makes your cards look so much more advanced. Okay, again, we're doing You're So Hip. And let's see, what color heart? I think we're gonna do teal again. And then I am gonna put a few flowers. And again, when I'm doing cards, I generally do things in odd numbers. It's like one of those rules. Got a little too much glue there. All right, and then what I thought I'd do for these flowers is these are part of the holiday catalog. They're adhesive backed sequins and gems, and they are so sparkly and awesome. Is to put the little sequins in the middle of the flowers, just to kind of give it a little more. And then I think I'm going to add 2 of the little splotches. try not to get too much ink. I mean glue. My goodness. Maybe I'm gonna lie and do just to round it out. Okay, so there's my other card. So I hope you enjoyed today's little video, and if you would like and subscribe, I'd be super excited by that. And again, I thank you for tuning in today to watch me use the Hippest Hippos set.